Your Matsu Miners are on the road, but still on the grind. It's Matsu Miners Baseball, and it's next on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome into the Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's the voices of the Miners, Kevin Peel and Kyle Howard.
On Friday night, in front of 1,211 faithful fans in Palmer, the script that has been the Miners' dominance over the Chinooks this season continued. The Miners once again silenced the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks offense that up until recently was on fire. Led by Eli Morgan's 7-inning lockdown performance, a bullpen that answered the call, and a timely hit, the Miners moved themselves to 12-3 on the season and 10-3 in the ABL as they defeated the Chinooks for the 6th consecutive time this season and 4th straight in ABL play. Now the Miners take the 20-minute drive down the Glen Highway to Chugiak, looking to turn their hot start into something with far more reaching implications. 10 games over 500 in just 16 games, and an even larger lead in the National League division of the Alaska Baseball League. Hello and welcome out to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Sports Complex in Chugiak, Alaska. You are listening to the Napa Auto Parts pregame show on the Matsu Miners Radio Network as the Miners seek their 13th win of the season on the road against the Chinooks. Alongside my broadcast partner, Kyle Howard, I'm Kevin Peel. Solid pitching is not just a trend anymore. It's becoming a staple of this Miners team. The Miners have now logged 19 straight scoreless innings as a pitching staff. A big part of that has been the effective starting pitching. Today in Chugiak, Tennessee's Zach Warren takes the mound for his 3rd start of the season, looking to continue his phenomenal play. Kyle, when you look at Warren's numbers, they speak for themselves. What do you think the key to continued success will be today for the Miners southpaw?
To pitch to contact. He's been striking out a lot of batters. If he can use his defense behind him, the defense has been playing outstanding outside of that little blimp in the radar with a 5-error performance recently. I think he just needs to pitch to contact tonight, use his defense behind him, and I think he'll be in good shape. Really faced this team once this year and did a sound job at facing the Chinooks team, got the win that time. So I really don't think he needs to do anything differently this time. I think if he goes out there and pitches this game, he'll be just fine.
On Friday, the Miners put the Chinooks starter Grant Page in a couple tough spots by flooding the bases early in the game. However, they were only able to drive in 1 run on the evening. An RBI single by Jake Schleppenbach that scored Tyler Wolf in the 4th was all the Miners could muster. Do you see any areas that the Miners can improve in to bring in more run support for their pitching staff?
They're putting the ball in play, which is important. I think that's the most that can be said about it. I don't think there's much they can improve on. I would say if they were striking out a lot, I would think that would be something just to put the ball in play to focus on that, but they're not doing that a whole lot. They're going out there putting the ball in play seemingly every play, sometimes just hit at somebody for a double play. So eventually those balls are going to find holes if they continue to put the ball in play. I think they're in good shape. Maybe tonight they'll have the breakthrough night they've been looking for offensively.
Last night wasn't a pretty night for the Chinooks as they fell to the Anchorage Glacier Pilots here at Lee Jordan Field by a final score of 13-2. The fielding was a particularly rough part of the game. The Chinooks committed 5 errors in the field. Over their past 3 games, Chugiak has committed at least 2 errors a game. All this after having a 44-inning stretch of committing no errors before facing the Miners on Thursday. The consequences of these struggles ended up being that the team did work out in the field instead of holding batting practice. Can we expect a hungry team today that is trying to earn back BP and, most importantly of all, avoid their 5th straight loss?
I think you'll see a very hungry team this afternoon, Kevin. You're talking about a team not only that had to deal with that yesterday and into this afternoon as well, but a team that's fighting for, I don't want to say their lives at this point, but the way the Miners have played the Chinooks this year, that in the season series, they have to start winning some games against this Miners team. I know a lot of bad breaks have gone their way, a couple shutouts, 1-0, 4-0 consecutively. But this team's going to have to start winning some games against this Miners team. The Miners, if they want to keep up with the Miners in this division. And now after losing last night, they fall 2.5 back in the division. And really 3.5 if you consider the tiebreaker. So the Miners mathematically could win this season series if they win every game in this stretch up until Wednesday. So the Miners are out there focused on that. The Chinooks need to get out there and get a couple of wins on the board so they can prevent that and keep it going longer. So really, I think in that sense, not just because of the play they played last night, but I think in that sense and trying to keep themselves alive in the NL division, I think they'll be out in focus tonight.
We're almost set for baseball here in Chugiak. When the Napa Auto Parts pregame show continues, we have the starting batting orders and defensive alignments for you. But coming up next, our pregame profile today is with pitcher Scott Sunich. Stay tuned. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Welcome into the Napa Auto Parts pregame show. I'm Kevin Peel, joined with Scott Sunich. How are we doing today, Scott?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Here in the pregame profile, you guys are about to take on the Chinooks today. How do you guys feel about that?
We're pretty confident coming into this game, given our history against the Chinooks, and we're pretty excited because we're right neck and neck with them for the lead. So definitely want to take this game for sure.
Of course. And how have your experience has been so far in Alaska?
Oh, it's been amazing. It was it was more than I could have ever even imagined. I love this place.
And you're an outdoorsy guy.
Yeah.
Background, you're used to this terrain, you say, so you've been able to go out and experience Alaska in terms of getting out and doing outdoorsy things?
Just last night, we took about 6 guys and you guys, and we went out to Hatcher's Pass and hiked a peak, and it was the most rewarding experience. Felt like we were on top of the world.
You literally took the words out of my mouth there, the top of the world thing. And does that give you like a rush every time you're able to do those sorts of things?
Absolutely. It kind of just fills you with joy. I mean, that you can go do that anywhere here. It's just great land.
Of course, and you come from Washington State. What are you majoring in there, and what are your career aspirations?
It's going into my sophomore year at Washington State. I'm in the criminal justice system, and I hope to become my options are open, but I would love to be a game warden, police officer, somewhere in that range.
Oh, that's sweet. All right, and playing with JJ Hancock has got to be cool. He's a teammate of yours, and a good friend. Talk about that.
I love JJ. I kind of got to be his dad, though. I always got to watch for him. I mean, JJ's a good guy. We live together. It's fun. It's really fun.
Very well. And last thoughts for you. What are you hoping to take away from this experience here in Alaska?
Well, I'm hoping to just get into different environments and meet new people. And last year when I was playing for Washington State, we would play teams from halfway across the country, and you'd see guys that have been in summer ball with them just give each other big hugs because everyone loves summer ball. So I think it's a great experience getting to know new people.
Very good, Scott. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This has been your pregame profile. The Miners and the Chinooks is coming up next. You're watching Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Lee Jordan Field here as we are having a military appreciation day here in Chugiak. All the teams still on the field as the military is leaving the field. A special day for them, and the first 400 fans today getting hot dogs on the Chinooks. So definitely a big day for them, one of their biggest days of the year. As we are going to bring you the starting lineups right now for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks out in the field first, as there will be Caleb Potter in left, Caden Owens in center, Jacob Brobst in right. Patrick Cromwell will be at third, Hunter Hanks will be at short, Will Bass at second, Holt Davis at first, and the battery of Connor Menez and Andrew Mogg will face the batting order from the Miners. Center fielder and batting first will be Alex Caruso, and left and batting second will be Vance Vizcaino. Batting third and playing right field will be Connor Wanhanen. Batting fourth and DHing will be Matt Diorio. Batting fifth and playing shortstop today will be Niles Nygaard. That is one to watch out for. Niles getting his first start at shortstop for the season. Second start, excuse me. Jack Zellner will be batting sixth and playing first. Zach Plunkett will be catching and batting seventh. Jed Fagg will play third and bat eighth. Caleb Wood will play second and bat ninth. And, of course, Zach Warren getting the start for the Miners. But first onto the hill will be Connor Menez, 6'3", 185-pounder out of the Masters College. He just completed his sophomore season there, and it was a masterful one as he went 7-1 with a 1.94 ERA. He's pitching in his fifth game. This is his fifth start as well. 19 and a third innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 runs given up, all of them earned, 8 walks, 15 strikeouts, and a 1-1 record for a 1.86 ERA for Connor Menez. He is pretty much the ace on this team and the guy that's really emerged as being a go-to guy for this team, Kyle.
And he's very stingy with extra base hits. He's not allowed a triple or a home run this year, just 1 double.
Yes.
So very hard to get extra base hits off Connor Menez. And I'm sure that's something that maybe a challenge for the Miners today to play some runs. They might have to play small ball at times, but against a guy that doesn't give up many extra base hits. But maybe a challenge today to get a couple of those extra base hits.
And so the home plate umpire for today's game will be Tim Davis. The base umpire will be Chris Viverito. As Alex Caruso comes up to the plate, your game time starting temperature 61 degrees here in Chugiak with cloudy conditions. There is a chance of rain, just a 30% chance of rain between 5 and 6 p.m. The temperature may be slightly increasing as it's been steady today at lower 60s, and Alex Caruso swung on and fouled that one off his foot on the first pitch from Menez. Looks like he'll be okay, though, but definitely in a lot of pain.
He fell down to the ground. We'll certainly hope he's all right. It sounded like he may have let out a wail for a second because that ball, sometimes fastball fell off your foot can hurt a lot. And apparently he's still in pain as the meeting between the catcher and the pitcher to start things here, but certainly hope our Caruso's okay.
He's a tough guy. Young man out of St. John's. Has been starting many of the games this year. Was off on Friday night, though, against the Chinooks until the 9th inning when he came in and played center field. 0-1 pitch from Menez is a ball low, 1-1 to Caruso. Caruso came on and played the field because Brick Paskowitz got the start in center on Friday and came in to close out that 1-0 win for his 6th save of the season. That's an off-speed pitch to Caruso for a strike. 1-2, the count. Wind blowing out steadily to dead center field. But if it had a direction, it'd be pointing a little more towards right center. As this one's tapped to Menez. Should be an easy play. Flips on to first to Holt Davis. 1 gone here in the top of the first inning. And that will bring up Vance Vizcaino.
Vizcaino getting a day off the other day, and the 1-0 win for the Miners Saturday night. Caruso also did the same, so those two guys you're seeing at the top of the lineup tonight were both out of action on Saturday. We'll see how they respond now with the day off. Extra day off also with the day off yesterday. So Friday, make that on the day off.
The lefty Connor Menez deals a fastball to a strike to Vizcaíno. 0-1. Menez out of Hollister, California. 0-1 is low for a ball. 1-1 the count. First 2 starts of the season were against the Miners. He went 0-1 against them on June 9th and June 13th. Those were the starts. That's a slider missing outside. 2-1, says home plate umpire Tim Davis. Menez ready. From the windup, swung on and missed. Fastball, threw it right by Vizcaíno. 2-2. Miners today in their camouflage jerseys with white pants. And the Chinooks wearing their gray pants, blue jerseys, red lettering, white trim. So that one missed for a ball. Fill up the count now on Vizcaíno, 3-2. And the Chinooks also wearing their camo hats today.
Military Appreciation Day for both teams.
This one chopped at the plate and foul by Vizcaíno. He'll stay alive. That was a very beautiful start to this game with the military coming out on the field, paying their respects. Both teams to all those members. In fact, the Chinooks had a member from the Armed Forces come out with them when they were introduced in the starting lineup. So that made the experience even more special as Vizcaíno takes a ball. That's a walk and a 1-out base runner for the Miners. That'll bring up Connor Wanhanen.
A good way to battle back there from Vizcaíno. Vizcaíno fouled behind the count early, but was able to work that into a full count and eventually take the walk there. But again, yes, a nice showing of military personnel, for both current and past. Good to see them here at the ball game tonight, rooting on the Chinooks and the Miners tonight.
Called strike to Connor Wanhanen, 0-1. Wanhanen, 6'2", 195-pounder. Just finished up his freshman year at Texas Christian University out of Flower Mound, Texas. Menez from the stretch now takes a look towards first, and here comes the 0-1. It's a curveball, and it is a dandy at the knees for a strike, 0-2.
His curveball very slow moving as we saw his first time around, but it very, very effective. A lot of movement in his curveball, and that's been something he's been able to get left-handed hitters out this year with.
Wanhanen ready for the 0-2 pitch. As Menez takes a long look in and swung on and missed. Change up from Menez. It was a dandy. Second consecutive great pitch. Saying dandy twice in that at bat, so that was a very good one for Menez. 2 gone. And now we'll bring up Matt DiOrio. Runner still on first. No score here in the top of the first inning at Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak. Miners today trying to move to 13-3 overall in this young season. Getting into that 10 game over 500 mark. Checking Vizcaíno over there first was Menez. It was a great move. Almost got him, but Chris Viverito says he was safe. Not too big of a lead for Vizcaíno over there with 2 outs. That's a curveball, and it's low and away for a ball, 1-0.
DiOrio starting the year very, very well. The 333 clip has driven in 2 runs. Sort of like a drive in another here with 2 men out.
1-0 pitch is at the knees on the inside corner for a strike. Menez did miss his spot a little bit there as Mogg wanted it on the outside corner. Faded all the way to the inside corner. Still a strike, though. 1-1 as DiOrio took one there. That one's low for a ball. 2-1. Slider that time. From the Chinook southpaw. Seeing 2 lefties on the hill today. The Miners are very familiar with Connor Menez. 5th time he's pitched this year in the 3rd game against the Miners. The Miners hitters have seen a lot of them. Could help them going on in the day. 2-1 is a fastball at the knees on the inside corner for a strike. 2-2. Left fielder Potter shading a bit towards the left center field gap, leaving some space down the left field line. And Manez going to throw over to check Vizcaíno again, and he is back in safely. 2-2. With Niles Nygaard out of Washington looming on deck. 2-2 pitch to Diorio is lined hard and foul out of play. 2-2.
Trying to burn him with the fastball away. Diorio able to stay alive in that account. And he fouled it off the left side. Hit it very, very well, though. Like to straighten that out, though, in the gap. A big gap down the left field line if he could go the other way with it.
Nez ready for the 2-2 again, and Diorio will take it for strike 3 right down the middle. Maybe not expecting the fastball there, and that will retire the side. So the Miners do get one on, but they strand him. We head to the bottom of the first here in Chugiak. Miners and Chinooks scoreless on the Miners Radio Network. And so the Chinooks now coming up to bat as they will be led off with Jacob Bropes. Let's take a look here quick at the lineups for you. Batting first and playing right field will be Jacob Bropes as the first pitch from Zach Warren is a fastball for a strike 0-1. Will Bass is going to play second and bat second. Matthew Ferrudo will DH and bat third. Andrew Mogg will bat cleanup and catch today. Another strike with a fastball from Warren. 0-2. Caden Owens will bat fifth and play center. Holt Davis will bat sixth and play first. Caleb Potter will be in left and bat seventh. Hunter Hanks will bat eighth and play short. And Patrick Cromwell will play third and bat ninth. Ball from starting pitcher Zach Warren, who will rounding out his battery today is Zach Plunkett catching behind the plate. In left, it will be Vance Vizcaíno. In center, Alex Caruso. Connor Wanhanen will be in right. 1-2, swung on and missed. And Zach Warren with the off-speed pitch gets him. And quickly, Probst is out of there. One gone here in the bottom of the first. Rounding out the infield will be Jed Fagg at third. Niles Nygaard at short. Caleb Wood at second. Jack Zellner at first. As they'll bring up to the plate, Will Bass. Already one down here in the bottom of the first with no score. And Zach Warren getting his third start of the season today. Foul ball out of play. 0-1. Both of his starts were against the Chinooks on June 9th and June 13th, facing Connor Menez in both of those starts. On the other side, taking the ball is Will Bass, 1-1. And Zach Warren got no decision in the exhibition game on June 9th, but won the decision on June 13th as that one fouled away and out of play. 1-2. Against the Pilots on June 19th, Zach Warren logged his second win of the season. His most recent one. That one missing high for a ball, 2-2. He pitched 6 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, and had 11 strikeouts. And Zach Warren looking to continue his dominance today on the hill. 2-2, swung on and missed. Another curveball. Got him for strike 3. First 2 Chinooks are down on strikeouts. 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Now bring up Matt Ferruto.
Coming into the game today, Eli Morgan led the league in strikeouts. Then it was Calvin LeBrun and Zach Warren. LeBrun with 19, Warren with 18. But now with back-to-back strikeouts to start the game, he jumps his teammate Calvin LeBrun for second in the league now. So how about that? The top 3 strikeout pitchers in the league are all Matsu Miners. And it's been outstanding on the hill every night so far. And there we go again. Zach Warren striking out the first 2 batters of the game in this one.
They've been downright fantastic. 2 outs. That's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner to Matt Ferruto. 0-1. Ferruto in Friday night's game got the start and batted cleanup. He went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And that one's just low, says home plate umpire Tim Davis. 1-1 with the curveball. Matt Ferruto, the righty, against the lefty, Zach Warren out of Vineland, New Jersey. This one slapped foul and out of play. 1-2. That foul ball sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. If your car needs a new taillight or just any sort of nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and Napa-rated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. And the proud sponsor of our broadcast is Napa Auto Parts. Rung him up strike 3 with the fastball. Matthew Ferruto is sat down as Zach Warren strikes out the side in the bottom of the first. We head to the second. No score here in Chugiak on the Miners Radio Network. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by human error? The Matsu Miners have joined the movement to spread the public's awareness to these dangerous natural disasters. Whatever your reason for lighting a fire is, always do so responsibly. For questions on burning in the Matsu area or to learn how to acquire a burn permit, call 907-761-6338 or visit www.forestry.alaska.gov. Because as Smokey Bear would say, only you can prevent wildfires. On to the second here in Chugiak at Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Sports Complex. I'm Kevin Peel alongside my partner Kyle Howard. Miners now will bring up 5, 6, and 7 in the order as Niles Nygaard, Jack Zellner, and Zach Plunkett will bat against Chinook starter Connor Menez, who gave up a walk to Vizcaíno back in the first, but was able to get 2 of the Miners to strike out, Juan Hanan and Diorio, and got Caruso to ground out in that first inning. So still zeros all throughout the scoreboard as that is a ball low to Niles Nygaard, 1-0. Getting the start at shortstop today out of the University of Washington. Swung on and missed. Had a big cut, though. 1-1. Fastball that time from Menez. Nygaard, while he did not have a hit on Friday's game, kept his consecutive games reaching streak. He's reached in every game he's played as that one's fouled away. 1-2 the count. As he reached on an error late in that contest. The Miners winning that one 1-0 in Palmer. 1-2 pitch from Menez is just outside. 2-2 the count.
Just a great impact he's made so far, not only at the plate and getting on base, but also defensively at third base. Not at shortstop, though.
And this one is popped up into the outfield grass, but coming back into the infield ever so slightly is Hunter Hanks to make the catch. One down here in the top of the second. Now bring up Jack Zellner.
Zellner getting to start at first base tonight, looking to get another hit and get the rally started here. So far in the year, looking for his sixth hit.
And this one chopped foul. 0-1.
One of those hits was a big triple over the head of the center fielder against the Pilots. And that loss the other night, the 5-1 loss, but late in the game, a very important hit to try to bring the Miners back.
Fouled away by Zellner. Now behind in the count, 0-2. First baseman out of the University of New Mexico. He's down in the count, 0-2 to Connor Menez. Menez ready from the windup, and that one missed high for a ball. 1-2 the count on Zellner. Menez takes a long look in. Now he's ready. 1-2 pitch. And that one is strike 3 on the outside corner. Rung him up with a fastball that time. That one caught the outside corner right at the knees. Zellner is retired. 2 gone. Quickly here in the top of the second. Now bring up Zach Plunkett.
Strikeout number 3 for Menez. Now that equals the total of Zach Warren, who did that in the first inning. Whereas Warren struck out the side. Menez is cruising so far as well, just that one walk.
Plunkett was 1 for 3 on Friday night. So that's a strike, 0-1. Plunkett, like his teammate Juan Hanen, out of TCU. And like Juan Hanen, just finished up his freshman year there. As a ball low from Menez, 1-1. Out of Hurst, Texas. One and swung on and missed. Threw it right by him. 1-2 the count. It's the first time, though, that Connor Menez has seen Zach Plunkett this year, even though it's the third time that he's faced the Miners.
Plunkett, one of the guys hitting the ball very well in batting practice today. Hit one out today, hit a couple to the wall.
Swung on and missed. Same pitch in about the same area. Retires the Miners. And so they go in order in the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second. Miners and Chinooks are scoreless. You're listening to Miners Baseball. Want to learn more about your Matsu Miners? Visit their website at www.matsuminers.org. It provides you with schedule, stats, rosters, upcoming events, and more. MatsuMiners.org, the official website of the Matsu Miners. Zach Warren, after striking out the side in the bottom of the first, comes to pitch in the bottom of the second. Facing 4, 5, and 6 in the orders. That is a strike. 0-1 to Andrew Mogg, who had Friday night's contest off against the Miners. This one grounded between first and second. Going all the way to the grass is Caleb Wood, and making the play. That one for a second looked like it was going to sneak through into the outfield, but a nice quick play by Caleb Wood. He gets over there and makes the play to retire Andrew Mogg. So one gone here in the bottom of the second, and now bring up Caden Owens.
Very uncharacteristic 4-1 putout. Ball hit in the hole in an odd spot. The ball not usually hitting that spot, but a nice play by Caleb Wood to get over there, and a nice play on the other end by Zach Warren to field his ground as a pitcher and get to the bag.
First pitch to Owens is a ball inside on a fastball from Zach Warren. 0-1. Caden Owens comes into this game batting .250, playing in his 15th game. This one popped up, foul. Plunkett's going to try and make a move towards the Chinooks dugout, but it's going to get out of play. So 1-1 the count. Owens, in 40 at-bats, has 10 hits, 4 RBIs, has walked 11 times, and struck out 4 times. He's been able to steal 5 bases in 6 attempts. 1-1. And that's a ball outside, 2-1. Zach Warren's ready, and here's the 2-1 pitch, and that one is low for a ball, 3-1. First real count we've seen Zach Warren fall behind in tonight's game. He's been methodical, as he has been all season. 3-1 pitch. And he did not check his swing in time. It is a strike, 3-2.
Warren trying to battle back with his 4th strikeout here of Caden Owens, a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. The outfield both and infield both playing straight away.
Warren with 12 strikes and 6 balls so far in this one, and that one's fouled off. And Owens stays alive. A good ratio here in the second inning for Zach Warren. 1 out, scoreless game here at Lee Jordan Field. Full count. And this one's lined hard towards left, but right at Vance Vizcaino. That will be 2 gone. For a second, the fans got pretty excited, but it was right at Vizcaino. So 2 gone here in the bottom of the second.
A couple of tough breaks for the Chinooks. They're putting the ball in play in tough spots, but the Miners just making good defensive plays on the other end. Zach Warren still cruising along. This is 20th pitch so far.
Holt Davis, the batter, getting the start at first tonight with the lefty Zach Warren on the hill. Big sweeping breaking ball that missed. 1-0 the count. This is the Chinooks crowd that got excited with that Owens line drive because they've been struggling lately. This one lined and just over the head of Caleb Wood and into right field for a base hit. So the Chinooks get on the board in terms of hits. They have their first base runner of the day. 2 gone. Now bring up Caleb Potter, left fielder.
11th hit of the season for Holt Davis. A good start to keep the inning alive here. Zach Warren was in line to get a 1-2-3 inning.
And that one bounced. The throw from Warren over to Zellner, but he keeps it in front of him. 2 gone. Still in the inning. Runner on first for Caleb Potter. And the Chinooks fans, and talking about the struggles they've experienced after a really hot tear in which they won 8 straight games, as it's a ball low from Zach Warren, 1-0. His team was absolutely on a tear, won 8 in a row, 3 of those up in Fairbanks. Most of them were on the road as well. But in their past 3 games against the Miners and 1 against the Pilots, as that's a fastball for a strike from Warren, 1-1. In their past 3 games, they've only scored a combined 2 runs, and in both their games against the Miners in this 3-game stretch, they've been shut out, losing 5-0 on Thursday and 1-0 on Friday. And throw down from Plunkett to check the runner, and he's back in safely, but it is a strike, so 1-2. Check that, 4-0 on Thursday and 1-0 on Friday. These fans looking to see their offense come alive. They know it's there. Problem is they're facing some great pitching. It's that one chopped foul at the plate by Potter to stay alive. 1-2.
Plunkett tried to bust out of the box to try to get that one fair before it went foul. Would have been an easy play on the first base, but just stayed a little bit foul.
Caleb Potter stands in, down in the count, 1-2. Old Davis not a very big lead over there at first. Warren looks over, now the pitch, and it's a curveball for strike 3. As Zach Warren gets strikeout number 4 of this one to retire the side. So the Chinooks get their first hit, but they fail to move them past first. We head to the third of a scoreless game here at Lee Jordan Field on the Miners Radio Network. The Miners spend their mornings lifting, running, and staying in shape by visiting the Alaska Club. Visit them in Anchorage, Eagle River, Fairbanks, Juneau, and the Mat-Su Valley. Visit www.thealaskaclub.com. And so the Miners will now bat. It will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up in the order. Jed Fagg, Caleb Wood, and Alex Caruso as we head to the third inning of a scoreless game in which both pitchers, once again, have been on their games.
Yes, they have so far 4 strikeouts for each of them and just 1 base runner for each team as well. The 1 hit allowed by Warren back in the bottom half of the second inning, and also Menez walked a batter back in the first. That was Vance Vizcaíno.
Chopped foul by Jed Fagg. 0-1 the count. It's Jed Fagg playing in his 5th game. Has 1 hit on the season, 1 RBI, 3 walks. Struck out once. Swung on and missed. That's a strike. 1-1. And that is moving quickly. And that is a ball outside, 2-1. The Military Appreciation Day continued here at the ballpark as they just talked about several members of the Navy. As striking out is Jed Fagg. And 1 gone here in the top of the third inning. That will bring up Caleb Wood.
5 strikeouts now for Menez. Good start for him. Starts the inning just as he started the last couple, retiring batters quickly.
Him and Zach Warren may have a strikeout battle on our hands. We may have a strikeout battle on our hands. So that's a ball high. 1-0 to Caleb Wood. Game that started second today. 5'10", 170 pounds out of Gonzaga. This one lined foul. 1-1 the count on Wood. Continuing about the Military Appreciation Day, they were honoring members of the Navy who are going to be deploying for service in the next month or so. Swung on and missed. Caleb Wood chased the high cheese, that time 1-2. Menez ready. 1-2 pitch. And this one lined hard to center. But coming up and just slightly to his right to make the catch is Caden Owens. 2 gone quickly here in the top of the third. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Alex Caruso.
The ball stung pretty well by Caleb Wood that time, but just got a little bit under it. And he straightened that one out. It might have gone to the wall. It hit very, very well, but an easy play out in center field for Owens.
2 gone now, top of the third of a scoreless game, and Caruso tries to drag a bunt down the first base line, and it is foul, 0-1. One player that you might notice not playing today is Brick Paskowitz getting the day off. Maybe we'll see him in relief work. could be possible. Got the save on Friday night, his 6th of the season for the Miners. 0-1 is low in the dirt for a ball. Got past the catcher, Mogg, but no harm, no foul. There was no one on base. 1-1.
As long as the Miners keep winning, there's never an off day for Brick Pasco. If they keep it within 3 runs, there he comes in the 9th inning. So it's tough to give him an off day for that sense, at least.
1-1 pitch is a curveball for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2, and that was a big sweeping curveball. Both Menez and Warren have a lot of movement. That one had a lot of sideways movement on it and some downward. 1-2, same pitch, just about the same spot, but Caruso fights it off foul down the left field line. 1-2. Infield playing straight away. So is the outfield. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Mogg dropped it, but the throw down to first to Davis will get him. And so Connor Menez keeps on rolling with another strikeout as he gets Caruso for the first time today. We head to the bottom of the 3rd with the score still 0-0 between the Miners and the Chinooks. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Hunter Hanks comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd with no score. Zach Warren's first pitch to him is a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Just letting you know, for if you want your up-to-date scores, schedules, rosters, and much more from around the ABL, visit www.alaskabaseballleague.com. Fastball swung through and tipped into the mitt for a strike. 0-2. AlaskaBaseballLeague.com is your home for everything ABL. 0-2 pitch from Zach Warren is a curveball low, missing. 1-2 the count. Wind still blowing out gently to center field. 1-2 pitch, and this one is fouled away down the right field line and out of play. 1-2. Zach Warren with 31 pitches and 2 solid innings of work so far. Came in pitching 13 2/3. 1-2, misses low. 2-2 in his 2 conference starts. 13 2/3 innings pitched. His last outing was in a doubleheader against the Pilots. 2-2 pitch. And this one is grounded towards second base. Caleb Wood runs hard to his left, gets to the ball, spins around, and flips to Jack Zellner for the out. Made it look a lot easier than it really was. It was another ball that was seemingly looking like it was destined for that hole between first and second base, but Caleb Wood tracked it down and got it in time for the 4-3 putout.
And that's 2 tough plays in the hole between first and second now that Caleb Wood's made in short right field.
Cromwell grounded hard to first. Easy play for Jack Zellner. He'll get to the bag. And just like that, 2 down for Zach Warren.
Now Zach Warren continues to Get quick innings so far. Only up to 25 pitches. We're here in the third inning now, so being very pitch effective. He had a little bit of a struggle in the second inning. Throw quite a few pitches that inning, but doing very well so far. Throwing just 13 pitches in that 3 strikeout inning.
Fastball outside for a ball from Warren, 1-0. Jacob Brobst comes into this game with the highest average on the Chinooks team at 316. 1-0 pitch is a strike at the knees. Same pitch that time. It was a fastball, 1-1. Has 12 hits and 38 at bats. No RBIs yet. Has walked 4 times as well. Swings through that one. 1-2. Warren not looking like he's needing the off-speed pitches in this at bat. Gotten ahead in the count with that fastball. 1-2. Doesn't like the first sign from catcher Zach Plunkett. But he'll take that one. He's ready. 1-2. Rung him up with the same pitch 4 straight times. And Zach Warren continues to dominate as well. We head to the 4th of a pitcher's duel. Kyle Howard going to take over the play-by-play duties as the Miners and Chinooks are scoreless here at Lee Jordan Field. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
We're back with Matsu Miners Baseball on Chugiak as Connor Menez is ready to go with his 4th inning of work so far. Been very, very good. Struck out 6 batters while walking 1. So just that 1 base runner so far he's been wheeling and dealing, Kevin.
Yeah, and then 46 pitches as well, which is very efficient for him. Miners, are going to work the count hard, though, and try and get that pitch count up. But Connor Menez and Zach Warren just both are rolling right now. It's just hard to phase them when they're both pitching at this level.
First pitch, a curveball, gets the knees for a called strike to Vance Vizcaino. He's the only base runner of this game for the Miners so far. He reached on a walk back in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch. He squares around to bunt this one down the first base line. He pops it up and toward the Miner dugout. That'll be a strike to him. Now it'll be an 0-2 count to him. So now he's behind. He's close to being possibly another strikeout victim of Menez if he can blow one past him. But, of course, Vizcaino looking to do other things here. Menez will wind and fire. Here's the 0-2. Foul back to the screen. Vizcaino stays alive. Vizcaino, their whole hobbies of fishing and longboarding. Good place to come up here and fish here in Alaska. I'm sure he'd enjoy to do that one of these off days. We've had 3 this week, so I'm sure he was out there and able to do that. So he slaps this one foul out of play. And now that keeps the count open, no balls and 2 strikes to the Matsu Miners left fielder. Calls home in North Carolina, at Wake Forest, North Carolina. Now Menez with the 0-2 count. Here it is. Called strike 3 on the outside edge on a curveball. And Vizcaino is still asking home plate umpire Tim Davis where that ball got the plate. He heads back to the dugout, though. I think he got it cleared up and heads back to the dugout. That's another strikeout, number 7 for Menez now.
He just continues to wheel and deal, and it seems like both these pitchers, it's something they've been able to do so far is really mix up their pitches in terms of none of these players expecting what's coming.
And the first pitch Swinging from Connor Wanhanen, grounds it to the first baseman, and Davis. Davis takes it easily to the bag, so quickly 2 outs for Menez. He's making very, very quick work of this team. Now just up to 52 pitches so far here in 3 2/3 innings. For seven strikeouts is a very low pitch count. First pitch to Diorio down low for a ball. Diorio today was one of those strikeout victims. Struck out looking back in the first. Looking to change that here, though, as Menez delivers home. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Diorio.
And Menez right now, with the pace he's going at, looking like he could go longer.
This one hit well to left field. That'll fall for a base hit. That's the first base hit of the afternoon for the Miners. That comes off the bat of the designated hitter, Matt Diorio.
A nice piece of hitting there. Right now, when a pitcher is pitching as well as Connor Menez is, you just got to take what he's given you. And that time, Matt Diorio did a great job using that outside fastball and poking it into left center field for a base hit over Hunter Hank's head at shortstop. Nice solid single for Diorio there. Miners on the board and hits.
First pitch to Nygaard called on the outside edge for a call strike. So the Miners have their second base runner of the afternoon, first hit of the day, and it's with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Still no score here in Chugiak as Menez delivers home. Pop foul back to the screen. And makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Menez making quick work again of Nygaard. Nygaard popped out the short his first time up. That was a ball that was hit out the left field. It kind of was pulled with the wind toward the infield. And Hanks was able to pull that one in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one gets past the catcher Mogg and all the way back to the screen. On to second base and turning abruptly at second base is Diorio. So score that a wild pitch. On to second base goes Diorio. The Miners have a runner in scoring position for Nygaard with 2 outs.
And now a possibly dangerous situation with Diorio down there at second. A well-placed single here could score him.
So the 1-2 pitch now. Deliver home. Popped up to the first base side. Holt Davis giving chase, but that one's going out of play. A foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Connor Menez trying to get out of the inning here with a strikeout. He's got a 1-2 count and 2 outs. Facing Niles Nygaard. Here's a pitch. This one fouled away by Nygaard right off the leg of Mogg, I believe. Might have gotten home plate umpire Tim Davis, actually. He's kind of shaking it off as he heads back to the mound. Hope he's all right.
Might give him a new ball, too. That one was fouled off, but seemingly talking as well with Connor Menez, maybe about something.
Now Tim Davis slowly walking back to home plate. Now we'll dust off the mound. So Nygaard will take back in now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 men out. Diorio stands on second base. He could be the potential go-ahead run here in the top of the 4th. Menez looks him back and delivers home. Line drive, left field, hit well, but that one's going foul. He gave that one a ride, but about 350 feet foul.
I looked at remnants of Thursday night's game with the bases loaded. He drove in a run on a sac fly, and he was just a couple feet away from that grand slam.
This one grounded back to the mound, and Menez will fire in time to first. So the Miners will leave a runner stranded here with 2 men out. Connor Menez continues to work very, very well. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit through 4 innings now. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score here in Chugiak. You listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Matsu Miners baseball as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning, make that. Zach Warren on the hill for his fourth inning of work so far, has struck out 5 and walked none, has allowed 1 hit. And delivers the first pitch fastball, and it's at the knees for a called strike. It's to Will Bass, the second baseman. Will struck out swinging back in the first, one of those 5 victims. And Warren will deliver a pitch. That's a slider that gets away. So now again it'll be a 1-1 count. Warren, the tall lefty from Tennessee, originally born in New Jersey, at Vineland, New Jersey. It's a fastball popped up in the air now. Plunkett with some room behind the plate, and he makes the catch and foul ground over by the Chinooks bullpen, or the dugout, make that. 1 man out here as Zach Warren makes quick work again. And now that'll bring up Matthew Ferruto. Ferruto having a great start to the year also. So far this year has really struggled against this Miners team overall, but I did reach base a few times the other night. But having a very good year overall, though, again with a .308 batting average coming into the night. 2 of those triples, 2 of his hits this year are triples. 2 of those are doubles as well. Squares around a bunt, pulls back on the first pitch. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
And we've seen a lot of that from both teams, showing bunt on that first pitch. I think that gives you a bit of a gauge on how well these guys are pitching right now. It's really hard to reach base when both have been pitching so effectively.
This fastball misses low into the dirt for a ball to be a 2-0 count. And now Ben Taylor comes out to say something with Tim Davis. Not really sure what the issue is. He's showing him a piece of paper. We're not sure if there's going to be a lineup change or what the issue may be. But Zach Plunkett also goes to the hill to talk with Zach Warren.
The first thing we do when an ump gets hit like that is check his voice.
We're actually going to come out to check and make sure that Tim Davis is okay, I believe, actually. So we'll step aside while they do that. We'll come back with Matsu Miners baseball in a moment. A 2-0 count awaits Ferruto when we come back to listen to Matsu Miners baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Home plate umpire Tim Davis appears to be doing just fine as he gives a thumbs-up signal to the fans here in Chugiak. Ready to go with baseball again. Glad to see Tim doing all right. And a foul ball off his leg by Nygaard. That was in the 3rd inning. The top of the 4th, make that, excuse me. So Ferruto with a 2-0 count on him as he steps back into the box. A little bit of a delay in the at-bat there. Here's a 2-0 count. This one chopped foul off the inner side of the bat. And Ferruto with a 2-1 count on him now. 1 out here in the inning. If you missed it, there's a pop out to the catcher to start the inning. That was off the bat of the second baseman, Will Bass. That's where we're at right now. And a 2-1 count on Ferruto, the DH. Here's the count. The pitch, make that. Chop to the third base side. Fag will dive for it. Can't get to it. The throw across the infield from Nygaard is not in time. Nygaard tried to make another beautiful play at shortstop as he tried to get the ball that just missed the glove of Jed Fag at third base. But in safely on the infield hit will be Ferruto.
Good hustle there by Matt Ferruto. That was a play that Nygaard had to range way to his right. Jed Fag tried to dive for it, just missed it. Came up with a great throw. Not as strong as he would have liked, probably Nygaard, but gave as much to it as he could, put as much mustard on it, just couldn't quite get it there in time.
His first pitch fastball at the knees for a call strike as Plunkett throws on to first base and it goes into right field. Ferruto cruises into second base standing. Tried to make a snap throw over to first base and get Ferruto sleeping over there, but the ball misses the mitt of Zellner. It goes down the right field line. Juan Hannen fires in, but onto second base with the error by the catcher Plunkett. That's Ferruto standing on second now. So now an 0-1 count coming to Andrew Mogg. Mogg grounded the second baseman his first time up, and he fouled this one, just fouled on the third baseline.
Dangerous hitter now with a runner in scoring position. Andrew Mogg towards the top of the RBI leaders behind Stefan Trosclair of the Bucks, who coming into today had 11.
As Warren comes set now, ready with the 0-2. He'll lean and fire home. Curveball, got him swinging. The ball's in the dirt, though. It'll advance the runner to third. Plunkett will fire over to first base. He's out at first base, but the runner advances on a drop strikeout. So a couple defensive struggles there have advanced Ferruto all the way from first to third.
Well, that was a very good breaking ball by Zach Warren. Was probably a waste pitch that he was trying to get there to Mogg as he was way ahead in the count. And Mogg chased it. But ultimately, Plunkett couldn't quite catch it. It was in the dirt.
For Warren, though, strikeout number 6 of the afternoon. Delivered a fastball, just gets the knees of Caden Owens. That's a strike there at the knees. 0-1 count to Owens, who lined out the left field his first time. The 0-1 pitch now from Warren, the lefty. Facing the lefty Owens. Here's a pitch. Slap foul out of play down the third base line. So we have an 0-2 count now with 2 men out. Warren 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. He has a potential go-ahead runner standing on third base. He's trying to get out of that jam here. Outfield and infield both playing straight away. And Warren comes set, ready with the 0-2. Now we'll deliver home. Curveball just misses, and I'm not really sure where.
Outside just a little bit. That one had a lot of sideways movement, and of course downward froze Caden Owens. But yeah, it was just a bit outside off the plate.
So now a 1-2 count coming from Warren. Here's the pitch. Try to get Caden Owens on a curveball again. It goes down the dirt. He checked his swing in time, and the ball thrown back to Warren. Now a 2-2 count.
And Warren, I think, a little frustrated with himself, just missing with both those breaking balls. Pointing at himself after both pitches, but he's a confident pitcher. And we'll come back with a confident pitch.
So Owens stands in again with a 2-2 count on him. 2 men out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And it got him in the arm on a curveball this time. On to first base goes Caden Owens. That's a hit batsman now. So now with 2 outs, there's runners on the corners for the Chinooks team. That'll bring up Holt Davis. Holt was the first base runner of the afternoon for this team. He reached on a single back in the 2nd inning. He was left stranded, though, as Caleb Potter would follow with the strikeout. That's also that hit batsman. They're going to bring out the pitching coach, Matt Greeley, as they talk things over to try to make sure he stays cool here with still 2 outs in the inning. Just needs 1 pitch to get out of the inning. But certainly does not want to have any trouble going forward after that, as the base hit could really start a rally for this Chinooks team.
And this is a hungry Chinooks team looking to drive in runs. One of their best opportunities to do so in the past couple days is really in yesterday's game didn't have that many chances. And they grabbed the lead in that 6th inning, that 7th-run big 6th inning to the Pilots in that game over the Chinooks to defeat them and take that 11-1 lead, which in many cases is going to knock you out of the game. Chinooks now with a chance here to get on the board early.
So now Holt Davis from University of Alabama, Birmingham, digs in with 2 outs. Swings and misses on his changeup for a called strike. 0-1 count coming to him now.
That's another curveball from Warren, and I really don't think we have seen any hitter be able to hit that pitch. Not only the Chinooks, but the Miners against Connor Menez. Their curveballs have been very solid today.
Pitch missed away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 men out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice fastball blown past Holt Davis. Goes back to the mitt of the catcher. And now a 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 men out. Runners on the corners for the Chinooks. Here's the pitch. So runner goes to first base. The ball gets low in the dirt. On to second base goes Caden Owens to give him a stolen base for the team that leads the league in that department.
And we'll see if they give him a stolen base. I think they will because he was taking off before the pitch was thrown. So no wild pitch that time to Zach Warren. Caden Owens going to get a stolen bag, his 6th of the season.
Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. We'll go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will be off and going, so a base hit would score 2 runs. 2 outs here. Zach Warren trying to work out of this jam. Warren looks in for the sign now. Now he comes set. Here's a delivery. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. Leaves the runner stranded. Use the curveball again that dropped on Holt Davis. Holt Davis couldn't get to it. And that's how things shake out with strikeout number 7 for Zach Warren. He leaves those runners stranded at 2nd and 3rd. We'll head to the 5th inning. No score here from Chugiak with some Matsu Miners baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Still no score here in Chugiak, but Jack Zellner will try to change all of that here as he stands in. As he's the first batter of this 5th inning against Connor Menez. Menez so far just allowed 1 hit, struck out 7 and walked 1. He's pitched very well to this point. He's ready with his first pitch and delivers home. It's a fastball inside. So 1-0 count to him now. Miners first baseman awaiting the 1-0 count against the lefty Menez. Here's the pitch. This time a curveball misses just outside. Now 2-0 count now coming to Jack Zellner. Working the count ahead now. 2 balls, 2 dollars, no strikes make that. Menez comes set. Ground ball fouled on the first baseline. So it'll be a 2-1 count now to him. On deck is Zach Plunkett. We're at 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order for the Miners here. This one pop foul back to the screen. It'll be a 2-2 count now. So a good battle back by Menez. He gets the count 2 balls, no strikes to start the at bat. And works back 2 fouls, and now it's an even count 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Menez winds and fires a 2-2. Ground ball just passes Menez at first base, but right behind him to make the play at second base. And fire in time is Bass. Zellner is retired for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Zach Plunkett. Plunkett today has struck out swinging his first time up. Making his 2nd start for this Miners team in as many games. As Menez delivers the pitch. Fouled right back to the screen again. Miners hitter's just a tad behind Menez's fastball today. A lot of fouls back to the screen so far to this point. Menez winding and firing the 0-1. Here he comes. Got the curveball over on the edge again. That'll be an 0-2 count coming. Plunkett will have to protect the plate with a 2-strike count on him. Outfield, infield, playing relatively straight away. Out of center field, a slight shift to the right side by Owens. It's a slow change up to misses high. It'll be an 0-2 or 1-2 count. Make that. No score here in the top of the 5th inning. Miners and the Chinooks. As Menez delivers a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got Plunkett swinging here. Strikeout number 8 for Menez now, and a pitcher's duel continues. Second time Plunkett struck out swinging today. That'll bring up Jed Fagg now. Jed has had a similar fate today. He struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning. I'd like to add to that, or add to his day today with a base hit here as he takes the first pitch low for a ball. Jed playing 3rd base for the Miners this afternoon. See, here's the 1-0 pitch as a fastball misses away. It'll be a 2-0 count out to him. Jed from Gilbert, Arizona, and he attends Nevada, Reno. Fastball way upstairs, a 3-0 count to Jed. Jed, a fan of the Texas Rangers, his dad, and scout for the Texas Rangers as well. This one, a fastball gets the outside edge. It's a 3-1 count now to Jed Fagg. Here's a 3-1. Checked his swing. Did they say he did? They said he did check it in time, so it'll be or they said it not check it in time, excuse me. It'll be a 3-2 count. Here's a payoff pitch. Got him looking on strike 3 on a curveball at the edge. Jed Fagg shaking his head as he heads back to the dugout, but strikeout number 9 for Connor Menez. He continues to cruise. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still no score here in Chugiak. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball as we enter Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball. We're back with Matsu Miners Baseball here in the top half, or bottom half of the 5th inning here. 0-1 count coming, the first pitch fastball. Your batter now is Caleb Potter. Potter struck out swinging his first time up. Warren coming set now with the 0-1. Here he delivers. Fastball misses low this time. It's a 1-1 count now. Warren so far has struck out 7, has not walked a batter, has allowed 2 hits. This time a fastball misses away. It'll be a 3-1 count now, but also Warren also allowing 1 base runner on a hit batsman. It's a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, a ball that hits the dirt and bounces past the catcher Plunkett. So that evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Center fielder Caruso playing slightly toward the right center field gap. Everyone else straight away. Across the outfield and infield. Here's a 2-2 from Warren. Line drive, right field, giving chase in right field and making the catch is the right fielder Juan Hanan. Ball hit like a rocket out there, but Juan Hanan able to track that one down, moving toward his right there. So now quickly, 1 man out for Zach Warren.
And he really worked himself out of that jam nicely, getting Holt Davis to strike out, not even letting the ball be put in play. Trusted his pitches and was able to retire him.
First pitch, change up outside for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
So the Chinooks look destined to score in that inning to break through, but Zach Warren slammed the door on him.
Fastball misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Now to Hunter Hanks. Hanks grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. As a ball hit in the hole that Caleb Woods spun around and made a nice throw to first base in time. Fastball again misses high. It's a 3-0 count as Plunkett makes a mound visit over to talk to Zach Warren. Juan Hanan a second ago making that catch out in right field. It's the 3rd different position he's played since he's played with this team. 3 games, 3 nights, or 4 nights make that. And 3 different positions. He's played first, left, and now right field.
Adds more versatility to the minors, which is always good.
This time a curveball catches the edge. It's a 3-1 count. Zach Warren comes square, and now he lifts his leg and fires. Fastball got the knees this time again. Zach Warren battles back well after falling behind the count. 3 balls and no strikes. Now with 1 man out. And at the plate, Hunter Hanks. He's a pitch away from possibly striking him out. Warren winds and fires. And a curveball misses high this time. And that's the first walk issued today by Zach Warren. So on to first base goes Hunter Hanks. First time he's reached today. I'll bring up Hunter Cromwell, or make that Patrick Cromwell, excuse me, the 3rd baseman.
Warren wasn't quite able to salvage that at bat, but just goes to show the ability that he has. All of a sudden put 2 strikes on Hunter Hanks before he knew it.
The runner goes at first, a throw down, misses a throw down to second base, and he's gone by a mile. So the 1-0 count will be coming to Cromwell, but a nice 2-6 put out there. Runner at second base, Hunter Hanks, is retired. Now you're seeing Zach Plunkett's defense start to kick in here. Fastball missed away and just made 1 error and throw out 2 of his 3 attempted base stealers at TCU this past year. And there he is throwing another one out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball gets the edge. It's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strike count now to Cromwell. So Miners trying to retire the side in the order despite the walk that he was issued a second ago, but he was retired on a caught stealing. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here it comes. Ground ball chopped foul on the 3rd baseline. Cromwell stays alive.
Cromwell, a very solid fielder down there at 3rd, very reliable, everyday guy for this team.
Here's a pitch. Curveball, got him looking. A dandy pitch from Zach Warren, moves very slowly, but moves back over the plate despite starting out inside the plate. Zach Warren getting a strikeout looking. How about number 8 for him this afternoon? We move to the top of the 6th inning. Still no score here in Chugiak, though. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, the Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Matsu Miners baseball here in inning number 6. The Miners are set to bat and trying to plate their first run of the afternoon. Caleb Wood will be the first guy to attempt that. Batting number 9 in the order. You have 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order to start things. Caleb flew out in a nice shot to center field his first time up. Now the first pitch from Connor Menez. It's a fastball at the knees for a called strike. And now behind the count is Caleb Wood, 0-1. Menez so far has struck out 9 batters. Also walked 1 and allowed a hit. But has been cruising all day long so far. Curveball hit well to left field, but in his tracks and coming in on a few steps is the left fielder Potter. Quickly, 1 man out. A couple shots hit by Caleb Wood today, but right at somebody it seems like so far. So now the batter will be the leadoff hitting Alex Caruso. Caruso getting the day off this past game and Friday night. The team with an off day yesterday, so essentially 2 days off for him. First pitch curveball misses. A 1-0 count coming from Menez. Menez now working 5 1/3 innings of scoreless baseball to this point. Curveball again misses low, and Caruso had an account 2 balls, no strikes. Vance Vizcaino standing on deck. He is the lone he's one of 2 Miners base runners today. Fastball this time misses low, and now Menez behind the count 3 balls, no strikes. He's just issued 1 free pass today, but in danger of walking another. So he winds and delivers a 3-0. 3-0 fastball misses outside, they say. It was very close on the outer edge, but Menez thought he might have gotten it over. But on to first base goes Alex Caruso, and a 1-out walk for the Miners.
And for as good as Connor Menez has pitched so far in this game, you made a good point, Kyle. 77 pitches coming into this inning for Menez. Was able to get Wood out, but now walking Caruso with 1 out could signal some maybe bullpen starting to warm up, and there is some long tossing going on for the Chinooks.
So grounded down the third base line and just foul. That would have been trouble all the way to the corner. 0-1 count coming.
That was almost a replay of that triple from the other day that Vizcaino had down in the left field corner on a hard line drive, but Potter shading a little bit more towards left center, so he might need to watch out for that because he can hit the ball the other way very well.
Menez attempts to throw him out. They do get him at first base. Caruso must have been tagged on the head. He can't believe it at first base. He's picked off at first base, and now 2 men out for Vizcaino. Caruso still shaking his head. Can't believe he was called out at first base. It was a snap throw over from the lefty Menez to first base. I believe got tagged on the head as he was sliding in. So now with 2 outs for Vizcaino. So he pops this one foul behind the screen. 0-2 count coming.
Yeah, first base coach Matt Greeley for today also not happy about it either. Was shaking his head. Both Caruso and Greeley were looking over towards the base umpire, Viverito, to figure out what the call was.
So chopped in the hole, the shortstop. It's off the glove of Hunter Hanks and into the outfield. See if they score that a base hit or an error. They're going to score an error on the shortstop Hunter Hanks. Very iffy call there. Honestly, in my opinion, I thought the ball was hit so hardly down in the hole between second and third base, or shortstop and third base make that. The ball should have been a base hit because it was hit so hard in the hole, but they're going to credit him with an error. So score him, reach Vizcaino on an error as he's back safely on the pickoff throw.
Well, the important thing is, though, that he did reach base, and now Connor Wanhanen has a chance to try and knock him home.
Pitch down low for a ball. Now it'll be a 1-0 count coming. Menez will be ready with the 1-0 to Connor Wanhanen. Here it comes. Curveball gets the inside edge. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Runner on first, 2 men out, no score here in Chugiak. Throw over to first base, back safely is Vizcaino. So 1-1 count coming here with 2 men out in the inning with Juan Hanan standing at the plate. A throw over again, and back safely is Vizcaino. Menez realizing he had success picking off Caruso a moment ago, trying to do the same thing here and minimize the batters he faces. Vizcaino goes. The ball hit well to center field. We'll see if it drops. Coming on in a long run, a dive in center field, and a nice catch by Caden Owens. That prevented a run because on the way to third base and not stopping was Vizcaino. But a beautiful catch in center field by Caden Owens prevents the run from scoring. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, still no score. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Matsu Miners. Zach Warren begins a 6th inning of work. He delivers a first pitch fastball that misses low. Jacob Probst sets in now. He struck out twice on the day. That's 2 of his 8 strikeouts for Warren today. Fastball this time misses low again, and 2-0 is the count now to Probst. Probst, the right fielder today. Here's the pitch. Fastball got the outside edge. I called strike this time. 2-ball, 1 strike count from the lefty Zach Warren. Warren still cruising along now around the 80 pitch mark. So fastball misses outside.
Thanks, Zippy.
Now officially 80 pitches, that last pitch for Zach Warren. Warren wheels and deals now. They're at the 3-1s. Popped up down the first base line. This one heading toward the Miners bullpen. Will there be room? It's going out of play. So now a full count coming to the leadoff hitting Jacob Probst. Still no activity in the Miners bullpen. They assume they'll allow Zach Warren to continue to pitch unless he gets into trouble by chance later in the inning. As activity does start to loosen in the Chinooks bullpen. Connor Menez at 79 or 89 pitches make that. 3-2 pitch is chop foul again, just staying live on that one is Probst.
Thanks, Steve.
Warren will toe the rubber again. Stare down the catcher Plunkett. He'll wind and fire. Ground ball back up the middle, and a tough play off the glove and into center field. That'll be a base hit. Tough play. Niles Nygaard was trying to make on a dive, but couldn't quite get to it. On to first base goes the leadoff hitting Jacob Probst. He works a full count and then gets a base hit up the middle. So now a no-out base runner for Will Bass.
That ball just past the glove of Warren, well placed that time. by Brobst, and Nygaard gave it a good effort there. Just couldn't quite get his glove in the correct position.
This one bunted at by Bass will move the runner over effectively as Jed Fag fires across the infield. A sacrifice bunt off the bat of Will Bass. On to second base goes Jacob Brobst. And with one man out, a runner in scoring position for Matthew Ferruto.
First time since the fourth that the Chinooks have been able to get runners in scoring position. And they're going to try and knock one home here in the bottom of the sixth. They got a big hitter up in Matthew Ferruto.
This inning will also have the Palmer Bar scoreboard around the ABL and the Major League Baseball action this afternoon and this evening. As Ferruto digs in. Staring down the pitcher, Zach Warren, with a runner on second base. Here's the pitch. First pitch strike. And the ABL today in action, the Anchorage Bucks take down the Glacier Pilots 2-0 today at home. Both teams obviously playing at the same field, but a home game considered for the Bucks this afternoon. It's the only game that's been finished to this point. As Zach Warren ready with the 0-1. It's a fastball down low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Later on tonight, the Oilers and the Panthers up in Fairbanks will hit the road at 7 o'clock. The only games in action besides this one today. Zach Warren looking in for the signs now. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Warren looking back at second. Now he comes home. Curveball gets the inside edge. I wasn't sure if they're going to call it a strike or not. It had a lot of movement. I wasn't sure if it tailed too far inside or not, but they do give him the strike. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 1 man out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Around Major League Baseball in the top of the eighth inning, it's Baltimore 8, Cleveland 0. So Warren ready with the 1-2 pitch. Looks back the runner at second. Here's a pitch. Curveball misses high and away. It's a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Delayed in the second inning, St. Louis and Chicago are tied at 0. Washington beats Philadelphia 3-2 today on the road. Toronto wins 3-2 over Texas at home today. Detroit 5, Chicago White Sox 4. The New York Mets sweep the Reds today, finishing off a game that was rain yesterday, winning in 13 innings. The first one 2-1. As this one line into right field, that's going to fall for a base hit. Juan Hanen fielding it. He'll throw it on the infield. Zellner at first will make the catch, but the Chinooks might have something going here. Runners on the corners with just 1 man out in the 4th hit of the ball game for this team.
That was a solidly hit ball by Ferruto. Took the outside cutter from Warren and drove it to right field. Great solid hitting there by Ferruto. Now the pitching coach, Matt Greeley, going to come out and have a chat. This is a good idea right now with just 1 out in this inning and runners on the corners. Going to take a double play or a couple good outs for Zach Warren to get him out of this without any damage coming through.
A couple of sharply hit balls that's hitting off of Zach Warren. Trying to make sure he's okay and ready to stay out there. As you said, action maybe going out there. Looks like maybe Trent Thompson's starting to loosen up. We'll go ahead and continue our scoreboard on Major League Baseball again. The Reds getting swept by the New York Mets today. The second one being 7-2 Mets in that one. Los Angeles Dodgers 2-0 winners over the Marlins today in Miami. 5-3 Boston wins it over Tampa Bay. Atlanta 2, Pittsburgh 1. Baltimore 4, Cleveland 0. Milwaukee 5, Minnesota 3. Houston at home today wins 3-1 over the Yankees. Final in 10 today, Los Angeles 3, Seattle 2. Kansas City 5, Oakland 3. The Giants won at 6-3 over the Colorado Rockies today at home. Arizona 6-4 winners over the Padres today, and also 8-5 the Philadelphia Phillies get it done against the Washington Nationals this afternoon. Now we're ready back with baseball for Zach Warren. So it popped in the air to right field. It's hit well. This should be enough to get the run home. Making a catch against the warning track is Juan Hanen. He'll fire in the infield, but that will be a sacrifice fly. The Chinooks take the lead 1-0. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
And not much Zach Warren can do about that. Really just a nice hit ball by Andrew Mogg. Was able to guess the pitch right that time and hit a deep fly ball to right center field. That's the Chinooks that draw first blood.
Zach Warren will get allowing his first run of the season here. It comes here in the bottom of the 6th inning as now Caden Owens steps up. The runner goes to first on a first pitch fastball to throw on to second base in there safely. Another stolen base for Russo. So now yet another runner in scoring position here. 1-0 ball game here. And staying in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Warren trying to minimize the damage here and get a batter out here with 2 outs.
Ferruto showed his speed very well that time. Got a great jump. Was able to steal the bag.
So Warren looks back to runner a second. Now he comes home. He steps off. Actually, he'll step off for a second. Very close to being a balk there, but was able to hold up just in time. Warren looks back to second. Now home. Now back to second again. He'll deliver home. Swing and a miss. Now ahead in the count on a fastball here is Zach Warren. No balls, 2 strikes. Miners have to play catch up as they head to the top of the 7th inning. If you're looking forward to the batting order there, it'll be Matt Diorio, Niles Nygaard, and Jack Zellner to start the inning. But right now, it's Zach Warren trying to get out of this one. So Warren delivers home the 0-2, swing and a miss on the curveball, strikeout number 9 of the evening for Zach Warren. But the damage has already been done to that point. A sacrifice fly at the bat of Andrew Mogg plates run number 1 in this ballgame. The Chinooks lead at 1-0, so we head to the 7th inning. Kevin Peel will have the play-by-play action for the remainder of this one. This is Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
The Alaska Railroad and the Alaska chapter of Operation Lifesaver offer the following tips to railbelt neighbors and friends to stay trackwise and safe. Trains and vehicles don't mix. Never race a train to the crossing. Even if you tie, you lose. Trains are closer and faster moving than they appear. When you see a train approach, wait for it to go by before crossing the tracks. For more rail safety tips, visit Operation Lifesaver website at www.oli.org. Remember, be trackwise. First pitch to Matt Diorio from Connor Menez is a strike with a curveball. 0-1. Chinooks on the sacrifice fly by Andrew Mogg in the 6th inning take the lead 1-0 here over the Miners. That's another off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Miners going to have to play catch-up today. 4, 5, 6 in the order. Due up. Diorio's ready for the 0-2 and takes one way up high for a ball. Fastball that time from Menez, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. This one's flown towards left, going towards the Chinooks bullpen, and it will hit off the fence over there. Foul. 1-2, still the count on Matt Diorio, the catcher out of UCF. Getting the start at DH today. Was on Friday as well, and Thursday. One, two. Connor Menez, this one's poked over Hunter Hanks and into left field for a base hit. Matt Diorio starts off the inning with a nice single. His second hit of the game for the Miners, and that'll bring up Niles Nygaard with one on and nobody out.
Matt Diorio just continues to hit. Once Zach Plunkett got here, it was a wonder of what they were going to do with Diorio. He continued to tear it up at that point. So the answer, they're going to DH him there when he's not catching, and he's showing why exactly right there with the second hit of the ball game.
Going to check Diorio. He's back in there safely. Bullpen going to start warming for the Chinooks. Second hit of the ball game for this Miners team, but it comes with no outs in this inning. Nygaard's going to bunt, and it's foul down the first baseline. 0-1, the count on Nygaard. In today's game, he's popped out and grounded out. 0 for 2. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Miners. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Chinooks. Nygaard squaring again. 0-1, and he gets it down nicely down the first base line. Menez is going to flip it over to first and retire Nygaard. So 1 out in this 7th inning. Now we'll bring up Jack Zellner with a chance to try and drive home Matt Diorio, who stands at second base.
Miners electing to play small ball here, just as the Chinooks did to manufacture the first run. Again, it's very tough to get an extra base hit against Menez, but if you can play small ball, you might be able to get to him. That's what they do here, as they get a runner in scoring position for Jack Zellner now.
Zellner will step in. And he will take first pitch strike above the knees, 0-1. Zellner coming into this one with 3 RBIs on the season. Would love to drive in number 4 here.
That's at 96 pitches at the moment. 68 of them for strikes.
Way inside, that hit him. Jack Zellner got hit in the back, it appeared, right around the first of his double twos on the back of the jersey. That one came way in, and that may bring out the manager, Jordan Vieira. And we'll see if he takes the ball away. They're not even going to bring out the pitching coach first. As Kyle just mentioned, high in pitches is Menez. Still only 1 out here in this top of the 7th inning. Chinooks leading 1-0 on their 1 run in this game. Andrew Mogg, the sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 6th, gave them the lead. As they will motion to the bullpen. Connor Menez's day is done. When we come back, we'll have the new pitcher for you. Miners trailing 1-0, but have 2 men on here in the 7th. You're listening to Miners Baseball. The move to the bullpen as Connor Menez comes out. In comes Ted Christie, 6'4", 225-pounder from Union University, is going to check into this game here in the top of the 7th. 1 out with 2 Miners on base. And Christie will relieve Connor Menez, who will leave with 6 1/3 innings pitched, gave up just 2 hits and struck out 9. And also walked a batter.
Also had 1 hit batsman as well. That's one of these guys in this inning here, the hit batsman, and also the runner standing on second base, and Diorio on the single there.
The bad news could be for the Chinooks here, though, Kyle, is that both these runners are the responsibility of Menez.
Should they score, he could still get the loss in this one. He could still get the win. He could still get the loss, and he's sitting in the dugout watching. So he has the pitcher on edge a little bit.
But it's up to Ted Christie and the Chinooks bullpen to try and nail this one down from here. That will bring up Zach Plunkett. Plunkett has struck out twice against Menez in the second and in the fifth inning. He's 0 for 2. Miners trying to break through and rally. Jake Schleppenbach has gone to the on-deck circle in place of Jed Fagg. So it looks like he may be pinch hitting against the righty Christie, as that is a called strike to Plunkett, 0-1.
Plunkett homered in batting practice, hitting them very far in batting practice all of his appearances there. Certainly like to take one out of here now and make it a 3-1 ball game.
Ted Christie ready, and a great curveball for a strike at the knees. 0-2 the count. Sun shining very brightly here today, as it has come out. The clouds have seemingly gone away, and it is a great afternoon / early evening for baseball. Fastball rung up Plunkett. He goes down on 3 pitches. That was a big, big out for Ted Christie, and now that will bring up pinch hitting Jake Schleppenbach.
We'll see what that means at the start of the next inning as far as defensive alignment goes. As Jed Fagg playing third base today is somewhere that Schleppenbach has not played this year.
Ted Christie, his numbers on the year, 4 games pitched coming into this. One of them was a start, 9 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts, and a 1-0 record with a 2.79 ERA. It's Jake Schleppenbach, the batter, with 2 outs. That's a ball inside, 1-0 with the fastball. So Schleppenbach, as we mentioned in the past week, 2 big hits, one against the Pilots last Sunday in their 5-3 win. Also had the RBI single on Friday night to give them that 1-0 win over the Chinooks. And he's up in this position now, 2-0, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, and the Miners trailing 1-0. Diorio at second, Zellner at first. Pitch is on the inside corner and at the knees for a strike. Fastball from Ted Christie. Features a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer, it appears. He has the movement away from the lefties on that 2-seamer. 2-1. Hit hard but foul. And out of play over the Chinooks dugout. Christie a pitch away from getting out of this one. And if he is able to, then Connor Menez will be off the schneid. He would at worst get a no decision. At best case, get a win. Christie looks towards second. 2-2 pitch and swung on and missed. He struck him out. A fastball, a high fastball, threw it right by Jake Schleppenbach, and he is set down. So the Miners will head to the stretch here at Lee Jordan Field, down 1-0 on the Miners Radio Network. The Alaska Railroad and the Alaska. The 7th inning stretch tonight was brought to you by the proud ladies at the Cindy Heel Allstate Insurance Agency, located at Mile 3 of the Palmer-Wasilla Highway at Midtown Estates, where you are in good hands, ours. Give us a call or stop in anytime. Cindy, Kelsey, Julie, and Sky are ready to be your trusted advisors. Go Miners. New pitcher going to be Trent Thompson. So he's going to come on in relief of Zach Warren, who's going to go 6 innings today. And right now in line for the loss as the Miners trailing here in the bottom of the 7th by a score of 1-0 against the Chinooks. As Tyler Wolf's going to move to shortstop, and Niles Nygaard going to move to third. So Jake Schleppenbach not going to check into the game defensively, just had the bat in his hand and struck out with runners on first and second in the top of the 7th. Trent Thompson into the game here to try and keep this one right where it's at. Facing Holt Davis. And that one tailed inside for a ball. 1-0. Trent Thompson, 1-0 pitch. Strike. Where that motion was actually a gesture for a ball. 2-0 the count. Big news in the ABL that we just reached. Big pitching, solid pitching has been a theme for today's game. So that's a strike from Trent Thompson, 2-1. In that Bucks-Pilots game, there was actually a no-hitter thrown by Alex Garcia, in which he went complete game, 8 strikeouts. First no-hitter of the season in the ABL, as that is a ball outside and low, 3-1. As the Bucks won that game 2-0 over the Pilots. And just a night after the Pilots scored 13 on the Chinooks, they get no hit the next day. Baseball's a funny game, isn't it? Holt Davis will take a walk on 5 pitches from Trent Thompson. Now one man on, and I'll bring up Caleb Potter, the number 7 hitter and the left fielder for the Chinooks.
In a shortened 7-inning game, Zach Warren had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning that game. So he's come close to that one, just couldn't quite get that one to go.
Trent Thompson now pitching in his 6th game of the season for the Miners. Swing and a miss, threw it right past him. Fastball 0-1. Thompson, 7 1/3 innings, pitched 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, has a 1-0 record and a 0 ERA. He's trying to keep that ERA right where it's at. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again. Another fastball. Outside corner for a strike. 0-2. Zach Warren lost his 0 ERA today. There was a sacrifice fly from Andrew Mogg, the only run in this game. And at worst, Connor Menez now will get a no decision. He's in line for the win. This one's popped up and foul out of play. Still count is 0-2 on Caleb Potter.
Activity brewing in the bullpen for each team. Well, I can't tell if the Chinooks are getting just stretching or brewing, but Caleb McCann's going to get up and loosen out in the Miners bullpen.
Oh-2 pitch outside for a ball from Thompson. Fastball 1-2. Love to get a double play ball here. Potter struck out and has flied out in this game. He's 0-2. One-two pitch. There's a curveball, and he rang him up. Caleb Potter did not agree with it, shaking his head as he walks back to the dugout. That was a great pitch from Trent Thompson. Froze him. And it was right on that corner. 1 out. Still runner on first. And they'll bring up Hunter Hanks. Was 0 for 1 today with a ground out, a walk, and was caught stealing back in the 5th inning. And there's a stoppage of play as they're looking towards the third base side. Now they're cleared for play. 1 out. Fastball at the knees on the outside corner for a strike to Hunter Hanks. 0-1 the count. Hunter Hanks out of Lipscomb University. 6 foot, 185 pounder. Stepping off is Thompson to gather himself. Holt Davis, not that big of a lead over there. Second time Holt Davis has reached today. He singled earlier in the game and just drew this walk off Thompson here in the 7th. 0-1 pitch, and he's going, and it's a good throw, but it couldn't handle the throw. It was a low one from Plunkett. Saw that Davis was stealing, but Wolf couldn't quite corral that ball at second base, and so the runner's going to move to second now. 1 out. And skipper Ben Taylor going to have a quick chat here with Tim Davis.
Wonder what this might be about here, but a couple of times here that when Bang Bang plays a second base, the ball just not able to quite get the tag under. That ball skipped off the glove of Tyler Wolf. Not sure if we're going to have a double switch here or what the issue might be with the runner on second, but it'd be interesting to have a pitching change in the middle of an at-bat, if that's what this is. I'm doubting that's what this is here. Might just be for some clarification of a call from earlier, maybe. The meeting does break up, though. And on back into the dugout goes Ben Taylor.
Thompson ahead in the count, 0-2 against Hunter Hanks as Holt Davis able to swipe the bag. Now Plunkett's going to go have a chat, and so is Tyler Wolf. Make sure they're all clear on some things.
Make sure there's no mistake pitches made. It's probably a lot of this because a mistake pitch could play another run here with the runner standing on second base.
Runs have been at a premium in this series so far between the Chinooks and the Miners. Miners don't want to fall behind anymore. So this one is a curveball that has flown to left. Easy play for Vizcaino. He will get under it and make the catch. So 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Patrick Cromwell.
The stolen base by Potter a moment ago was number 2 of the season. He's 2 of 3 in that department this year so far.
Cromwell for 2, grounded out to first and struck out looking. 10 Santa Ana College, Cromwell. That one missed outside for a ball, 1-0. Goes to the same school as Major League talents such as C.J. Wilson and Heath Bell. 2 pretty big names.
It's a good place to go to school then, playing baseball.
Cromwell made the right decision there. Good program at Santa Ana College. 1-0 pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Brobst on deck for the Chinooks. He's the leadoff hitter. Thompson got the fly out, so now 2 gone. And that one misses outside and low for a ball, 2-1. Fans have been loud today in support of their Chinooks. Been a good turnout for them on Military Appreciation Day here at the park. 2-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Looked like a changeup that time from Trent Thompson. It floated over the outside corner, 2-2.
Thompson just a pitch away from getting out of the inning here and keeping the runner stranded at second. That's what he's hoping to do.
Thompson from the stretch, and the 2-2 is grounded towards short. Wolf can't handle it. He'll have a chance to throw him out, and he won't be able to as he is safe. at first. Tyler Wolf that time might have been thrown off. Holt Davis was running right in front of him. Might have lost a hop or two because Davis was running in front of him. But that's a big one. That's the second error of the game for the Miners. And so I'll bring up Brobst, the Ohio State product, with runners on the corners and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That one will keep the inning alive for the Chinooks.
But still a force at second and first base possibility.
Trent Thompson's first pitch is low for a ball. 1-0, not missing by much. Brobst was struck out twice back in the first and the third, but then he singled back in the 6th and has scored the only run in this ball game on that sacrifice fly by Will Bass. 1-0. Strike. 1-1. Sac fly was actually by Andrew Mogg in that same inning. Will Bass moved him over to second with a sac bunt. Chinooks played small ball well in that inning. 1-1 pitch to Brobst. Curveball. It's a great one right at the knees for a strike. 1-2.
So now again, Thompson a pitch away from getting out of this. Was that a moment ago? For the ground ball to shortstop, that was an error there. That allowed Patrick Cromwell to reach via error.
1-2 pitch is lined back up the middle, and it's into center field for a base hit. In to score is Holt Davis. Jacob Brobst, who came in to score in the last inning, drives one in this inning with an RBI single. Big hit for the Chinooks there. They get an insurance run. They lead 2-0 here in the 7th.
A big hit off the bat of the leadoff hitter, Brobst. They've had trouble getting guys on base at the leadoff spot, but I think they may have found something different with Brobst today. He singled and scored back in the 6th, and now a single and an RBI to put another run. But what you need out of your leadoff hitter is to get runs home, and he's done that twice today.
Bass, the batter, still a runner in scoring position. That's Cromwell. He was able to reach on the error. Strike, fastball on the outside corner to Bass, 0-1. Brobst at first. Bass, 0 for 2, has a sac bunt back in the 6th. On the outside corner with a fastball for a strike from Trent Thompson, 0-2. Run in the 6th, and now a run in the 7th for the Chinooks have given them this 2-0 lead. And Andrew Mogg getting closer to the league leaders with RBIs. Oh and 2, and swung on and missed. Thompson blows him away with a fastball, but not before the Chinooks get on the board again. They get one on an RBI single from Jacob Brobst to take a 2-0 lead into the 8th inning. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. The seventh. Caleb Wood going to come up for the Miners as they trail 2-0 in this game. Here in the top of the eighth inning, it'll be Wood, Caruso, and Vizcaino due up. First pitch from Christie as he checks back into the game is ball 1-0. On the game, Caleb Wood has flown out twice. He's 0 for 2. Well, pitch, and this one grounded hard, foul. 1-1 the count. Ted Christie spent a year at Keene State before he transferred to Union. That's a strike. Curveball, 1-2. Went 3-7 with a 4.06 ERA over 13 starts. The Union, this one is popped up into short left field. Easy play for the shortstop, Hunter Hanks, and he'll make the catch. One gone here in the top of the 8th inning. And now we'll bring up Alex Caruso.
It's the third time today Caleb Woods put the ball in the outfield. Just having bad luck out that way.
Batting for the Miners, number 4.
Caruso 0 for 2 with a ground out, strikeout swinging, and a walk. One out. That one way inside to Caruso, 1-0. Christie went the distance 6 times this past season. 6. And logged 82 innings with 64 strikeouts. It's a strike, 1-1 with a fastball.
Certainly a durable reliever with those kinds of numbers.
And all this coming in Division II play in the Gulf South Conference with Union. So that misses outside for a ball to Caruso, 2-1. Caruso's ready for the 2-1. It's a very slow breaking ball for a ball. 3-1 the count. Fans of Vizcaino on deck. One out here in the 8th. This one hit well to left field, going towards the corner, and it's going to land foul. As that one was going up towards the Chugiak Lions sign right in the left field corner. Caruso had a solid swing at it. It just hooked foul on him. Would have stayed in the park, though. Would have been close to the wall. Count full on Caruso, 3-2. Trying to reach base for the second consecutive time in this contest. 3-2 pitch. And this one hit well to over the head of Hanks. It looked like it was going to be. Hopped out of his glove. And he wasn't able to corral it from there. Tried to make a throw to first, but not in time. We'll see how they rule that one.
It'd be a tough rolling as a ball was in and out of the glove. They do give him a hit on that one. It was a tough rolling, though. The ball hits so hard. The ball does come out of the glove, though, but it was because of a jump. Couldn't just quite. And the shortstop, Hanks, couldn't quite get to that one.
Miners now in business with one out here in the top of the 8th. 18th hit of the season for Caruso. That one inside to Vizcaino.
If there's ever a guy you want to start a rally here, it's Caruso, and then a guy to continue the rally would be Vizcaino. So this is a part of the order you want to be in if you're the Miners trying to start a rally here in the 8th.
And this one popped foul and out of play. 1-1 now to Vizcaino. That's the 18th hit in conference play for Caruso, the 19th hit of the season for him. One and one the count now on Vizcaino. Comes in with 7 RBIs on the season, which is second on this team behind Caruso, who's on base. Throw over to check him from Christie, and he is back in safely. Connor Wanhanen on deck.
Caruso with decent speed over first base. Does have 2 stolen bases already on the year.
Christie's ready with the 1-1. That one's way inside as well. 2-1 as Vizcaino had to move his legs out of the way.
Gotta wonder if it's a thought to maybe send Caruso to second right now to prevent a double play. Certainly don't want to risk an out, though.
Caleb McCann still warming for the Miners and warming up pretty quickly. That run in the 7th was an unearned run charged to Trent Thompson because of the error in the inning that kept it going. And calling time now. It's the home plate umpire, Tim Davis. The run in the 6th inning was earned. The run in the 7th was not. 2-1. In at the knees on the inside corner for a strike. 2-seam fastball from Christie makes it 2-2. Caruso still standing at first. Connor Wanhanen on deck. Christie takes a look towards first. Now he's ready. This one is grounded towards short. Tough bounce for Hanks, but he flips the second for 1. Relay to first, not in time. Vizcaino hustled smartly there to beat it out. That was a pretty impressive barehand by Will Bass over there. He barehanded the flip from Hanks. Not quite able to turn 2, though. Fielder's choice. Vizcaino stands on first. Tying run still at the plate. It's Connor Wanhanen. Chinooks lean 2-0 here in the top of the 8th as that one sailed just a bit inside and a little bit high to Connor Wanhanen, 1-0. Wanhanen on the day, struck out, grounded out, and flew out. 0 for 3. Pitch is there on the inside corner for a strike. That one tailed back over the inside corner. 1-1. No players warming up in the Chinooks bullpen. Christie takes a couple looks towards first, throws the fastball right past Connor Wanhanen. 1-2 the count. The scoreless streak for Miners pitching staff ends today at 24 innings. It's a very solid run. This one hit well to left center field. Going back quickly is Potter, and he will make the catch near the warning track to retire the side. Connor Wanhanen gave it a run, but it falls a little short. We head to the bottom of the 8th with the Chinooks still up 2-0 on your home for Miners baseball. Looking for ways to get closer to the Valley's team? Now you can. Like the Matsu Miners page on Facebook. You can also follow them on Twitter at ABL Miners. Get more connected with your Miners today. Caleb McCann going to come in relief of Trent Thompson, who ends up going an inning of relief, giving up an unearned run. And so, going into this bottom of the 8th inning, 2-0 the score. McCann coming in for his first work in a few days. The Chinooks coming up to face him will be 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Andrew Mogg, Caden Owens, and Holt Davis. Taking a look at McCann's numbers. He's pitched in 5 games now. This will be his 5th game. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Has given up a double and a triple and a 6.75 ERA coming into this one. And coming up first will be actually Matthew Ferrudo, as Andrew Mogg was in the on-deck circle waiting. So it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Ferrudo here trying to add some insurance runs for the Chinooks. So they lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch from McCann is fouled straight back by Ferrudo. 0-1 the count. Ferrudo has singled twice in this game and also has a stolen base. That's a strike at the knees. 0-2 the count on Ferrudo. Caruso shading ever so slightly towards right center field. 0-2 pitch. Curveball's hit well to left field. Going back is Vizcaíno, but he will make the catch at the warning track. As Matthew Ferrudo put a bit of a charge into that one towards left field. One gone. Now the batter, it will be Andrew Mogg.
Mogg played in the first run of this day today. Sacrifice fly to deep right, was able to plate that first run in. Looking to do damage again.
It's a ball outside from McCann. Count now, 1-0. Andrew Mogg got his 10th RBI of the season back in the 6th with that sacrifice fly, and he takes a strike. The knees, 1-1. He now ties his teammate Will Bass for second in the league behind Stefan Trosclair. Another called strike to Mogg, 1-2. Also on that list is 2 other Chinooks in the top 6, and they rung him up. Strike 3 as Caleb McCann works out of a 1-0 hole there in the count and strikes him out. 3 straight pitches after that, 2 gone. And I'll bring up Caden Owens, number 5 hitter.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 22.
Caden Owens, line out, was hit by a pitch and struck out.
Also able to steal a base when he reached base on the hit batsman.
Missing just outside is McCann to Owens, 1-0. Chinooks actually have 4 of the top 7 RBI guys. That was the strike swinging by Caden Owens, 1-1. Bass with 10, Mogg with now 10. Ferrudo came in with 8. And Holt Davis has 7. It's ball low for McCann, 2-1. With Davis on deck. Sun shining brightly on this Sunday evening. Behind that one was Owens and fouled it straight back. 2-2 the count.
Thanks, Flash.
Wind has died down significantly. That rain, that 30% chance we thought could happen around 5 or 6. Well, it didn't happen, and it's bright sunshine instead. 2-2 swung on and missed by Caden Owens, and he strikes out to end the inning. So Caleb McCann gets him 1-2-3. We head to the 9th. Last chance for the Miners. They trail in this one 2-0 on the Miners Radio Network. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Herman Brothers Field. Call 907-745-4653 today for more information. Last chance for the Miners as looking for his second win of the season is Connor Menez, and if Christie can lock it down, he'll get a save. 2-0, the lead for the Chinooks. He'll face the middle of the order. Matt Diorio swung on and fouled it straight back. 0-1. He has 2 of the 3 hits tonight for the Miners. 2 singles. Niles Nygaard on deck. 0-1. It's a ball low. 1-1. These 2 teams will square off again tomorrow. First pitch at 7 p.m. But back home are the Miners in Palmer. Low fastballs fouled straight back. 1-2. The count. 2 more games here, though. Tuesday, Wednesday in Chugiak for the Miners. They take on the Chinooks. This one fouled back again by Matt Diorio. Count still 1-2 before traveling to Anchorage to play the Bucks on Thursday. A lot of road games coming up in this stretch.
Before they do any of that, they're looking to rally here, though, and try to come back and win this one.
1-2. It's a curveball low. 2-2. Ted Christie taking a long look in. 2-2 is fouled straight back by Diorio. Count still even at 2s. Christie came in relief of Menez in the 7th inning. Menez went 6 1/3. Christie's been on ever since. Has logged the inning and 2/3 since him. Now trying to retire the last inning for him, but that one missed high for a ball. Full count. 3-2. Diorio ready, swung on and missed. Strike 3, blew the fastball right past him. Does Ted Christie. Now 1 out here for the Miners, and it will be Niles Nygaard. Good solid pitch that time by Christie on the outer half of the plate. Had a lot of velocity behind it. Curveball missing outside to Nygaard. 1-0. Miners trying to turn the tide quickly in this game. Tied up here in the top of the 9th. 1-0. Fastball high for a ball. Nygaard way ahead in the count. 2-0. 3 hits, 2 errors. No runs for the Miners. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Chinooks. This one grounded to short. Should be an easy play. Hunter Hanks will flip over to first. He's down. So now 2 gone here in the 9th. And Christie an out away from closing this one out and giving the Chinooks their first victory of the season over the Miners. It's up to Jack Zellner.
Ted Christie doing an outstanding job in relief so far, trying to finish the deal here, but Jack Zellner trying to change that with 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
First pitch is on the inside corner with a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Jack Zellner on the day has struck out, grounded out, and was hit by a pitch. 0-1. Almost the same spot, but missed a little bit inside. 1-1 the count. Fans hoping Christie can hold this one where it's at. Here in Chugiak. Missing low. That time is Christie. 2-1. Zellner's ready for the 2-1, and this one's grounded foul just barely down that first base line. Looked like for a second that ball had the spin to come back fair. We're playing on the grass this time. We've seen that Mulcahy on the turf. The bunts coming back into play that were originally foul came back into play. Fortunately for Zellner, that one stayed foul, though. 2-2.
As you said, Mulcahy may have pushed that one fair.
This one's grounded to second, coming on and flipping to first, and that is that. The Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks get their first victory of the season over the Matsu Miners today as they win it 2-0 here at Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Sports Complex. The final line score for you: no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Chinooks. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Chinooks. The Miners had no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. And the Chinooks improved to 1-6 on the year against the Miners, now 1-4 in ABL play. And overall, the Chinooks, who had dropped in the standings a bit, had fallen to 9-8. We're on a 4-game slide, but they came in today and got the type of win that they needed to get as they move to 9-6 now in conference play. Miners will fall to 10-4. Miners will fall to 12-4 overall, and the Chinooks get their 10th win of the season. They get to 10-8. And in looking at players of the game, you got to look probably no further than Connor Menez, who was dialed in today, gets his 2nd win of the season, moving to 2-1. Zach Warren will get the loss, even in a very impressive performance, will get the loss, falling to 2-1. And Christie, we believe, is going to get a save today here. He will get the save for these Chinooks as they get a big win here on the road in front of their military appreciation fans. By the way, you are tuned into the Napa Auto Parts post-game show. I'm Kevin Peel alongside my partner Kyle Howard. For the Miners, pretty good pitching, but the hitting today was very much silenced by solid pitching by the Chinooks.
It really wasn't all night long. It was the case there. Really, just no team could really get anything started. A total of 8 hits in this ball game. So really a nice pitching effort for Zach Warren. Also, he's going to get the loss in this one, but I don't think enough can be said for Connor Menez. He worked. There were only 1 jam in the game. That was when he was taken out of the game with 2 runners on, but Ted Christie came in to slam the door down. Menez working 9 strikeouts and 1 walk, just allowing 2 hits in his effort of 6 1/3 innings, getting the 2nd win of the season today. And Christie, again, I don't think enough could be said about the effort he did coming in to get the 2 back-to-back strikeouts to relieve Menez and leave those runners stranded, and then also to work the rest of the way, allowing only 1 hit and getting another strikeout in the process and earning that first save. Just an outstanding pitching performance by the Chinooks and a good bounce back after losing 13-2 yesterday, and probably the response that they were looking for, given the field work we talked about with how they would respond. I think you saw a very hungry team today out there, at least on the mound today and defensively as well.
And the Miners this time may have a couple things to think about now going into that game against the Chinooks tomorrow night, as one of their solid guys, Zach Warren, was defeated today. But, the Miners are probably going to come back strong tomorrow and really look forward to it now. And this was a team that was really desperate for a win in the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. They've been, after an 8-game winning streak, had dropped 4 in a row. And especially yesterday, where everything kind of fell apart for him against the Pilots and losing 13-2. It's just a funny game because the next day you look and Chugiak comes out, gets a win 2-0, and on the other side, the Pilots got no hit today by the Bucks. So I guess that just tells you it's baseball, and the Miners will move on till tomorrow and look to see if they can get a win against the Chinooks. Any final thoughts for you today, Kyle?
Just been the same story every game for these 2 teams. Really been an outstanding pitching performance on each end, except for the 1 game where it was 8-5. Outside of that, it's been the same case for these games. You expect a pitcher's duel every night, and that's what we've gotten to get tonight. Both teams will go back out there tomorrow and in Palmer and hope to turn the tides a little bit offensively. But Miners, again, not lost too much. They still have a 1.5 game lead in the conference. So you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but still it's going to happen at some point. You're going to have a tough night at the plate, so the Miners look to correct that tomorrow.
Yes, they will, as The skipper, BT, has them all gathered up and having a team meeting before tomorrow night's game, which will be at 7 p.m. back at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer. The pregame show, the Napa Auto Parts pregame show, will be at 6:45 live from Herman Brothers Field. But until then, Miners fall today by a final score of 2-0 on the road against the Chinooks as the Chinooks finally stop that 4-game losing streak. Until tomorrow, have a good night.